Uh, Personally, what I prefer is individual smaller templates that kind of going back to the single responsibility principle and taking some of the lessons that we've had for years and years and years, kind of smaller templates to do one thing and do that one thing very, very well. So, for example, I built a template that will attach an SBOM to a release and verify the attestations, and that's all it's going to do. And it has all the necessary bits and pieces in there, and that's it. I'm not trying to do all things to all people. I'm not trying to generate a template that's going to be all things to all people. I think that's one of the challenges that we see with these companies that do these full-on end-to-end templates. You start making these templates that are so unwieldy to account for all those use cases. And I think then you kind of create this self-defeating prophecy in the sense of I now have to account for this additional use case and I have to account for this additional use case. And then once you start doing that, then you start getting into the challenge of how do I keep all of these templates in sync? Because now I'm going to have all this fragmentation of all these different versions floating around out there because I added and I keep updating to account for all these different use cases. When in fact, if you kind of have these smaller individual templates, hopefully you're not making changes to them very often once you kind of have that initial push out the door and you fix the few bugs. And you only really make modifications if I need to expand it out or maybe add additional resiliency on something like that. Not all these thousands of use cases that come in.